It's Week 18 of the National Football League. And up next is this team's sure-handed wide receiver. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. We're just moments away from the action, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll run. Here's the rookie from Michigan. Ooh, with a juke. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Off play action. Bolden. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, and it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They go play action here on first down. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately, so he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
It's to the sideline and incomplete. Nearly intercepted, in fact, but he couldn't hang on. 4th down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the opening drive of the game yields 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they have 3 first downs and 3 points. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a peek at a guy with a lot of experience. His 9th year now in the NFL under center.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. McCord. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Looking to throw. McCord. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 13, it's a first down. Off the play fake, McCord. In trouble, and he's taken down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Operating from the gun, McCord. And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The visitors' offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this is where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously, the draft, free agency. Maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
Now a play fake here on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Hicks. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 2nd down and 6 now. Off play action. Bolden. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down. And they may be going backward here. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. So the completion results there in 9 yards. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake. Bolden. That is caught. He will have the first down and a bit more. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, the head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. If this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
When you look at this defense, they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
33 yards that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rodgers. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Holding offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. 10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
And for the 2nd time this half, on comes the field goal unit here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Back out comes San Antonio. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. In motion right comes Allen. Off play action. Bolden.
Holding offense.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Back to throw. Bolden. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And on now is the punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Harper, and they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Operating from the gun. McCord firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
That'll be caught by Rodgers. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. McCord. That is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 1. Off the play fake. Bolden. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Here's 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Bolden. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball,
Automatic first
any
down.
type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McCord. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Operating from the gun. McCord. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun. McCord. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll look to throw again. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Back to throw. McCord. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a gain of a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun. McCord got his man complete over the middle. That's Rodgers. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll run on 1st down. It's Harper.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Operating from the gun. McCord. Looking middle, and that's complete. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw. McCord to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's go now.
From the gun on 3rd down. McCord. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys have now moved out in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Extra point right down the middle, and that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. But now this offense comes back out onto the field as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So the completion good for just 3, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Bolden. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Off play action, Bolden. Caught by Allen. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 11. And that one complete downfield to Allen. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to throw. Bolden. That's complete right around the 8. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. In motion right goes Allen. Off the play fake. Bolden. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. That could be an important swing right there, a touchdown of the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Throwing to start the drive. McCord. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Operating from the gun. McCord. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. He may go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before break. McCord. And his throw is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, called it the 26. But this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Allen, the man in motion right. Off play action. Bolden. Touchdown! A 24-yard touchdown. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCord working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, it's Harper, and he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Rodgers to return it. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 6.
Back to throw. McCord. Rodgers brings it in. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Harper. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Looking to throw. McCord.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A carry for Greer.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Greer. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw. McCord.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, and that's kind of how it's gone for him so far. That was a ball they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he led his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And his kick here is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
They bring their punter out there now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
Off the play fake. McCord. He finds his man, complete. It's Greer. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Going to give to Greer here. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Here's the 2nd and 7.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Looking to throw. McCord. Over the middle, complete. That's Greer. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
This is Greer. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Up the middle they go. Greer. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Back to throw now on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw. McCord.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a handoff looking right. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This offense on third down today, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Bolden.
He's got his target. That's complete.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Off play action, Bolden. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Bolden. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Back to throw. Bolden. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Looking to throw. Bolden. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. In motion, the tight end. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Back to throw. McCord. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Second and 9 now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, McCord. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. McCord. It's Rodgers here with a grab.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Now this likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
This is caught. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're looking at a 4th and goal here as they search for a late score. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Back out comes San Antonio. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now they try the right side here.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for San Antonio,
they do get one final win, but it finishes off a 5-12 campaign.
And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the home team here,
it will indeed be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 7-10.
And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.